Dying is like a crash course in waking up. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone who dies wakes up. It just means they've taken the course. Those who graduate from the course are content to be wherever they are sent. If that means somewhere in a body, so be it. If that means assisting someone in a body, that's fine too. It doesn't really matter where you go because you have nothing to prove. You are there simply to be helpful. Disengaging from meaningless identity is an inevitable aspect of the path back home. The less you have to protect, the more help you can be. And the more help you give, the more blissful your experience becomes. While I would not go so far as to say dying is fun, I would say that dying is not fun only because you are still hanging on to some shred of self-definition. Your whole experience on earth is a process of learning to trust in yourself, in your brother, and in God. In the final moment of awakening, when trust blossoms fully, these three aspects of self merge into one. That moment cannot be described in words, but I assure you that you will experience it. And until you experience it, nothing will ever make complete sense to you. The gift. Forgiveness is a gift that was given to you for all time. It is not something that comes to you or can be taken away. It is there always, and it is the only gift you will ever need to move beyond the experience of pain and suffering. Forgiveness works in this world, but it is not of this world. It is of spirit and cannot forget its origin. No matter how many times the gift is received and given, it can never be exhausted. For every sin or perception of sin, forgiveness waits with the answer. You do not understand the immensity of the gift because you have not accepted it into all areas of your life. You have not accepted it in all situations. When you do, you will know that there is nowhere it cannot go. There is no situation in which the gift cannot be given and received. Forgiveness is the only gift that asks nothing in return, and so it is the only gift that can be given and received without guilt. The all-encompassing love that lies beyond the door that forgiveness opens is incomprehensible to you now. Therefore, talking about it is not helpful. Be as you are. Stand before the door and knock. Be patient and committed. Be willing to look at every painful and unhelpful thought and let it go. Know that every thought releases or imprisons you, and choose to be released. Your peace comes to your heart. The door will open. The veil will be lifted. Moses will enter the promised land. Until then, dwell where you are in the heart of your practice. God gave you one gift for your journey, and one gift alone. He said, "My son, remember, you can change your mind at any time." He did not say, "Do not leave, son." He did not say, "Son, you will be miserable until you return to me." He just said, "Remember, you can change your mind at any time." You can change your mind about every painful and unforgiving thought that you think. You can question each unhappy thought and think another thought that releases you and brings joy into your heart. God did not say, "I will not let my son make mistakes." He said, "I trust in your return and I give you a gift to see you home." All your mistakes mean nothing to God. To him you are but a child exploring your world, and through trial and error, learning the rules that govern it. God did not make those rules. You made them when you made this playground. You forgot only one thing, and God gave that to you with his blessing. He said, "No matter where your journey takes you, son, remember, you can change your mind at any time." With a single loving thought, he made temporal what you would make final. He made unreal what you would make real. You created the ashes of death. You created the wings of the phoenix. To every unhappy thought you would think, God gave a single answer. Remember, son, you can change your mind at any time. Like Prometheus, you tried to steal the fire of the gods, but he did not punish you for this. He did not chain you to the rock where you would live throughout all eternity with vultures as your only playmates. He said, "Take the sacred fire, son, but be careful, and remember you can change your mind at any time." Like Adam and Eve, you stood in the garden and became curious about good and evil. When he knew your desire for knowledge would not pass, he sent the sacred snake to you with an apple and invited you to eat. Contrary to popular opinion, he did not trick you into sin and then banish you from the garden. He just said, "Be careful, my son. When you eat this fruit, your perception of the world will change. This garden may suddenly seem a very dry desert where nothing grows at all. Your body, with all its innocent grace and wholeness, may seem to be separated into parts, some of which you accept and some of which you feel ashamed. Your mind, which now shares my every thought, may seem to think thoughts opposed to mine. Duality and feelings of separation may seem to enter your consciousness and experience. All this and more may arise from this tiny bite you would eat. But remember, son, you can change your mind at any time." Not only does God not condemn you for your mistakes, He is not concerned about them. He knows the child will burn itself with an open flame. He knows the apple will give indigestion. But He also knows the child will learn to keep the flame carefully and use it to warm himself and light his way. And He knows the body will adjust to the acidic taste and use the apple for nourishment. He knows that your decision to know will bring you into dangerous situations when you think your happiness depends on the way another treats you, situations in which you forget you are not a vulnerable organism in an arid and hostile land. He knows that you will forget your origin, and that there will be times in which the garden seems but a distant memory, whose very existence is questionable. He knows that there will be times in which you blame Him for all your troubles and forget that you were the one who chose to know. But all this does not concern Him, because before you left hell-bent into your journey of separation, He said, "Just a minute, son. It may be a long time before we meet again. Won't you please accept this simple gift from me and keep it wherever you go in remembrance of me?" Most of you do not remember answering, "Yes, Father," but I assure you that you did, and so the voice of God went with you as you went into exile, and it is still with you now. So when you feel forlorn and lost, when you forget that you chose this journey, remember, you can change your mind at any time. I am here to help you remember that. This is not my gift, but God's gift to you. Because I received the gift from Him, I can give it to you. And if you receive it of me, you can give it to your brother. But I caution you, do not be concerned with the identity of the giver. I am not important. I am not the gift, but the one who extends it, as indeed are you. Let us remember the origin of the gift so that we can give it and receive it freely. Christ is the giver and receiver of God's gift. And Christ is born in you every time you give or receive the gift. It does not matter who offers the gift of forgiveness to you. It can be your child, your parent, your friend, or your enemy. All that is important is that you receive it of Him. And as you receive it, you become the Christ, and so does He. All who give or receive God's gift are the host of the Christ child. Each one of you is Joseph and Mary, welcoming God's child into the world. And each of you is that child who receives the gift of limitless love from mother and father. You must be careful which stories you believe in. Much of what you think comes from God is fabricated from your own fears and anxieties. If you see truth, better not consult some Bible, holy book, or scripture written in the past. Instead, turn your attention to the truth that right now is being written in your heart.